Lauren Reed leaned back in her leather chair, legs crossed, pen twirling between manicured fingers. Her lawyer, a sharp-suited man named Gerald, whispered something that made her lips curl into a smile. She glanced across the aisle at her soon-to-be ex-husband and signed the divorce papers with a flourish, like she was autographing someone's dream. Alex Reed sat in his wheelchair by the opposite table. His shoulders slumped forward. His eyes, once bright, now dull, stared at the floor. The chair's wheels were scuffed. His shirt was clean but wrinkled, like he'd ironed it himself and given up halfway through. Lauren leaned toward Gerald, whispering just loud enough for Alex's lawyer to hear. Finally. Free from the dead weight. Gerald smirked. Alex didn't look up. The judge shuffled papers at the bench, reading glasses perched on her nose. She cleared her throat. We'll begin shortly. Mr. Reed's counsel has submitted additional documents for review. Lauren yawned. She checked her phone. A text from Ryan, almost over, babe? Can't wait to celebrate tonight. She typed back, minutes away. Pack your bags, Maldives, here we come. She didn't notice Alex's lawyer sliding a thick folder toward the judge. She didn't see the judge's eyebrows lift. She didn't know her world was about to crack open like an egg dropped from the 10th floor. But you do. And here's why you need to know how we got here. 15 years earlier. Alex Reed was 28 and nobody. Well, not nobody. He was somebody building something in a cramped apartment that smelled like coffee and ambition. Lines of code filled his laptop screen at 3 a.m. most nights. He was creating software that would one day protect governments from hackers. But back then? He was just a guy with a dream and $847 in his bank account. He met Lauren at a friend's birthday party. She walked in wearing a red dress that made the room quieter. Confident. Funny. She talked about climbing the corporate ladder at a marketing firm like she was already halfway to the top. Alex fell fast. He told her he did tech stuff. She seemed impressed enough. They dated for 2 years. He proposed with a ring he saved 6 months to buy. She said yes without hesitation. They married in a small ceremony. Her parents liked him, hard-working boy, they said. His parents were gone, so her family became his. For the first 5 years, life was simple. Alex's company, Reed Dynamics, grew quietly. He told Lauren he'd gotten a better consulting gig. The paychecks got bigger, but he kept their lifestyle modest. A nice apartment. Reliable car. Nothing flashy. Why hide it? Because Alex had watched his uncle get torn apart in a divorce where the woman admitted she'd only married him for his construction business. Alex wanted love. Real love. The kind that stayed when money left. So he waited. Tested. Watched. Lauren seemed happy. She got promoted. They laughed over cheap takeout. She kissed him goodnight every evening. Then came the night that split his life into before and after. 10 years ago. March 14th. Alex was driving home from a late meeting. Lauren was in the passenger seat, scrolling through her phone. Light rain tapped the windshield. You think we'll ever get a bigger place? She asked. Soon, Alex said. I'm working on something big. She smiled. You always are. The truck came from nowhere. A driver, drunk, police later confirmed, ran a red light at 60 miles per hour and slammed into the passenger side. Metal screamed. Glass exploded. The car spun 3 times before hitting a pole. Lauren woke up in the hospital with a broken arm and bruised ribs. Alex woke up and couldn't feel his legs. The doctor's voice was too soft. Mr. Reed, the impact caused severe spinal trauma. We did everything we could. I'm sorry. The paralysis is permanent. Alex stared at the ceiling. White tiles. Fluorescent lights. Everything too bright. Lauren stood beside the bed, her arm in a sling. Her face was pale. She squeezed his hand. We'll figure it out, she whispered. Together. For the first 6 months, she meant it. She drove him to physical therapy 3 times a week. She helped him learn the wheelchair. She held him when he cried at 2 a.m., asking why this happened. But somewhere around month 7, her eyes started looking past him instead of at him. The shift was small at first. Lauren stopped asking about his day. She started saying I'm tired more often when he wanted to talk. She went out with co-workers every Thursday, then Friday, then weekends. Alex buried himself in work. Reed Dynamics was exploding. Governments, corporations, everyone wanted his cybersecurity software. But he ran it all from their basement, under legal aliases and shell companies. His team thought the CEO was a reclusive genius who never showed his face. He was right. Just not the way they imagined. From his wheelchair, Alex coded for 16 hours a day. He attended Zoom meetings with his camera off. He made billion-dollar decisions while Lauren upstairs complained he never did enough around the house. He still cooked dinner most nights. He folded laundry. He helped their 3 kids with homework, Emma, 10, Jacob, 8, Lily, 6. He loved those kids more than breathing. Emma had his laugh. Jacob had his curiosity. Lily had his kindness. At least, that's what he thought. Year 6 after the accident, Lauren got hired at Reed Dynamics. She didn't know Alex owned it. The company was huge now, 3,000 employees worldwide. She applied for a marketing position. Got it. Alex watched her resume cross his desk. His heart jumped. Maybe working together, even secretly, would bring them closer. He approved her hire personally. Big mistake. Lauren climbed fast. She was smart. Ruthless. She made director of marketing within 3 years. Her salary hit $250,000. She started dressing sharper, talking bigger, coming home later. At dinner parties with their suburban neighbors, she'd joke, "My husband used to be strong. Now I'm the one carrying this family." People laughed. Alex smiled like it didn't stab him. She started controlling their money, took over the bank accounts, gave him an allowance of $500 a month. "Just so I can manage things easier," she said. He didn't fight it. He had billions hidden. He just wanted her to love him. Stupid. So stupid. Year 8. Alex noticed Lauren texting someone constantly. She'd smile at her phone. Blush. Hide the screen when he rolled closer. "Work stuff," she'd say. He wanted to believe her. But then he saw the credit card statements. Charges he didn't recognize. Thousands of dollars at restaurants he'd never been to. A luxury apartment lease downtown. $4,200 a month. Payments on a Porsche. He ran a quiet investigation through his security team. The apartment was rented under Ryan Harper's name. Ryan Harper, VP of Sales at Reed Dynamics. Alex's old college buddy. Someone he trusted enough to promote 3 years ago. The same Ryan Harper who'd been to their house for barbecues. Who'd played with their kids in the backyard. The footage was worse than Alex imagined. Security cameras inside Reed Dynamics offices showed Lauren and Ryan in conference rooms after hours. Kissing. More than kissing. 9 years. The affair had been going on for 9 years. Alex sat in his basement office and didn't move for 6 hours. Then came the paternity test. Alex wasn't stupid. He'd suspected for a while. The kids didn't really look like him. People always said they had Lauren's features. He did the test secretly. Cheek swabs while they slept. Results came back 3 weeks later. Emma, 0% match. Jacob, 0% match. Lily, 0% match. Alex read the paper 5 times. His hands shook so hard he dropped it. None of them were his. Not biologically. But he'd been their father. He'd rocked Emma to sleep when she had nightmares. He'd taught Jacob to ride a bike using a modified wheelchair he'd designed himself. He'd braided Lily's hair every morning before school because Lauren didn't have time. He loved them. God, he loved them. And they loved him. That night, Lily crawled into his lap during a movie. "Daddy, you're the best," she whispered. Alex held her and cried silently. Year 9. The breaking point. Lauren came home one Tuesday evening. Didn't even sit down. "I want a divorce," she said. Alex looked up from his laptop. "What?" "I can't do this anymore." Her voice was flat. You're not the man I married. I need someone whole. Someone who can actually be a partner. I am your partner. You're a burden. She said it like she was commenting on the weather. I've carried this family for years. I'm done. She filed papers the next week. She demanded everything. The house. Full custody. Alimony. Claimed Alex was emotionally absent and financially dependent. She moved Alex to a tiny apartment across town. Supervised visitation only with the kids. Emma cried. Why can't Daddy stay? Lauren's face was stone. Daddy needs space. Jacob hugged Alex's wheelchair. Are you leaving us? Never, Alex whispered. I'll never leave you. But Lauren made sure he barely saw them. The money. Alex's team dug deeper. Over 9 years, Lauren had funneled $520,000 from their joint accounts to Ryan. Rent. Cars. Vacations labeled work conferences. Designer clothes. Even a down payment on a vacation home. She'd stolen over $500,000. From him. To fund her affair. And she had no idea he knew everything. Alex's lawyer asked, Do you want to destroy her? Alex was quiet for a long time. No, he finally said. I just want the truth to come out. And I want my kids to know I loved them. 3 months before the courtroom scene, Lauren got bolder. She brought Ryan to parent-teacher conferences. Introduced him as her partner. The kids were confused. Is Ryan going to be our dad now? Emma asked Alex during one short visit. Alex's heart shattered. I'm your dad. That won't change. But Emma's eyes were uncertain. Lauren started telling the kids Alex was too busy to see them. That he didn't care enough. Lies. All lies. Alex recorded everything. Saved every text. Every financial record. Every piece of evidence. He hired the best lawyers money could buy. Quietly. And he waited. The courtroom. Today. Back to now. Lauren signing papers with that smug smile. The judge adjusted her glasses. Before we finalize, I need to address some submitted evidence. Lauren barely looked up. Gerald patted her hand. First, the judge said, regarding financial claims. Alex's lawyer stood. Calm. Professional. Your Honor, we've discovered $520,000 in fraudulent transfers from marital accounts to Mr. Ryan Harper over 9 years. Lauren's pen stopped mid-signature. These funds, the lawyer continued, were used to support Mrs. Reed's extramarital affair. The courtroom went silent. Lauren's face flushed. Those were loans. To a friend. Loans. The lawyer smiled. With no documentation? No repayment plan? Funding luxury apartments and vehicles. Gerald whispered urgently to Lauren. She shook her head, rattled. Ryan, sitting in the back row for moral support, sank lower in his seat. Second, the judge said, voice colder now. Paternity. Oh no. Lauren's eyes widened. Alex's lawyer placed 3 documents on the judge's bench. DNA testing confirms Mr. Reed is not the biological father of Emma, Jacob, or Lily Reed. The courtroom exploded in whispers. Lauren shot to her feet. That's irrelevant. He raised them. He did, the lawyer agreed. With love. While you committed paternity fraud and hid the biological father's identity. Ryan looked like he might throw up. Lauren's whole body trembled. This is insane. Third, the judge interrupted, holding up another folder. Corporate records. Lauren froze. Mrs. Reed, you work at Reed Dynamics, correct? Yes, but... As Director of Marketing. Salary $250,000 annually. Yes. The judge looked directly at Alex. Mr. Reed, can you confirm your relationship to Reed Dynamics? Alex finally spoke. His voice was quiet. Steady. I'm the founder. CEO. And majority shareholder. The room exploded. Lauren's face went white. Then red. Then white again. Read dynamics, the judge read from the documents. Current valuation, $9.4 billion. Mr. Reed's personal net worth, $5.8 billion. Lauren's legs gave out. She grabbed the table. Ryan stood up in the back, then sat down, then stood again. His face was grey. Gerald looked at his client like she'd just revealed she was an alien. Alex continued, voice steady despite the chaos. I hid my success because I wanted to be loved for who I was. After the accident, I thought Lauren staying meant she loved me. His voice cracked. Just once. I was wrong. Lauren couldn't speak. Her mouth opened. Closed. Nothing came out. I raised 3 children who aren't mine biologically, Alex said. And I loved every second. I still love them. That won't change. The judge nodded slowly. However, Alex continued, I will not be stolen from. I will not be humiliated further. And I will not let my children grow up thinking lies are love. He looked at Lauren. Really looked at her. She couldn't meet his eyes. Here's my settlement offer. Alex's voice cut through the courtroom like a blade through silk. Here's my settlement offer. Lauren gripped the table. Her knuckles were white. Sweat beaded on her forehead despite the air conditioning. Gerald leaned toward her, whispering frantically. She shook him off, eyes locked on Alex like she was seeing him for the first time. Maybe she was. Mrs. Reed keeps $2.5 million, Alex said calmly. After repaying the $520,000 stolen from marital accounts, that leaves her with approximately $1.98 million. She also keeps the house, mortgage fully paid, and her vehicle. The judge wrote quickly. Lauren's breathing was shallow. $2 million sounded like a lot. It was a lot. But not when you just discovered your husband, your wheelchair-bound, dependent husband, was worth nearly $6 billion. In exchange, Alex continued, she waives all claims to Reed Dynamics, all future earnings, all stock options, retirement accounts, and any alimony. That's... Lauren finally found her voice. It came out strangled. That's not fair. I supported him for years. You took an allowance from joint accounts while earning $250,000 annually at my company, Alex said. His tone never rose. That somehow made it worse. You spent over $500,000 on your affair. You told our children I didn't care about them. You moved me out of our home and restricted my access to kids I raised from birth. Each sentence landed like a hammer. You're getting more than fair, Lauren. The judge looked at Lauren's lawyer. Does your client accept these terms? Gerald was already nodding. He knew a lifeboat when he saw one. Lauren opened her mouth to argue. Gerald grabbed her arm hard enough to hurt. Yes, he said quickly. We accept. I didn't, Lauren started. You accept, Gerald hissed. Or you leave with nothing and face fraud charges. Sign. Now. Her hand shook as she picked up the pen. But Alex wasn't finished. Your Honor, there's one more matter. Ryan Harper had been trying to disappear into his seat. Now every eye turned toward him. Mr. Harper is employed at Reed Dynamics as VP of Sales. He's been having an affair with Mrs. Reed for 9 years, including relations on company property during work hours. We have security footage spanning dozens of incidents. Ryan's face went from grey to green. As of this moment, Mr. Harper is terminated for cause. All stock options, valued at approximately $2.3 million, are forfeited. Additionally, Mr. Harper signed a non-compete agreement. I'll be enforcing it fully. Ryan stood up. You can't, I have rights. You have the right to hire a lawyer, Alex said simply. You'll need one. Adultery with a married co-worker whose husband owns the company while misusing company resources? I'd start making calls. Ryan stumbled toward the exit. People shifted away from him like he carried plague. The door slammed behind him. Lauren stared at the table. Tears ran down her face, but she made no sound. Regarding the children, Alex said, and his voice finally softened. I'm legally disestablishing paternity. But, he paused, emotion cracking through. I want Emma, Jacob, and Lily to know something. The judge waited. Biology doesn't make a father. Love does. Showing up does. I've been their dad for 10 years. If they want me in their lives, I'll be there. Always. Every birthday. Every school play. Every scraped knee. Every nightmare. I'm setting up trust funds, 5 million each, for their education and future. Lauren's head snapped up. You're buying them. I'm providing for them, Alex said firmly. Like I always have. Unlike their biological father, who didn't even know they existed until 5 minutes ago. That silenced her. The judge signed documents. The gavel fell. Divorce granted. Lauren stumbled out of the courtroom like a drunk person. Reporters had somehow caught wind. Cameras flashed. Questions flew. Mrs. Reed, did you know your husband was a billionaire? How do you feel about the settlement? Is it true you had an affair with his employee? Gerald pushed through, dragging Lauren to his car. She collapsed in the passenger seat. 2 million, she whispered. I could have had everything. Gerald started the engine. You're lucky you're not in jail. Take the money. Disappear. And for God's sake, don't talk to the press. He dropped her off at the house, her house now, but it felt like a museum to her failures. She walked through rooms that used to mean something. The kitchen where Alex made breakfast every Sunday. The living room where he'd built elaborate blanket forts for the kids. The corner where his wheelchair used to sit. Her phone buzzed. Ryan. We need to talk. She almost laughed. Almost. Alex returned to his real office for the first time in months. Reed Dynamics headquarters occupied 3 floors of a downtown building. Glass. Steel. Views of the city that looked like dreams. His assistant, Marcus, one of 5 people who knew Alex's true identity, met him at the elevator. Welcome back, sir. Good to be back. The board's been asking questions. News travels fast. Alex smiled slightly. Let them ask. Schedule a meeting for tomorrow. Time to stop hiding. Marcus blinked. You're going public? With your identity? The cat's out of the bag anyway. Might as well own it. Alex rolled through the office. Employees stared. Whispered. He didn't care. He'd spent 10 years hiding. Pretending. Shrinking himself to make others comfortable. That ended today. 3 weeks later. Lauren tried calling Alex 17 times. He never answered. She tried showing up at the house she'd kicked him out of, except it wasn't his house anymore. She'd forgotten that detail. Security turned her away from Reed Dynamics twice. The money hit her account. 1.98 million. It should have felt like winning the lottery. Instead, it felt like pocket change. Ryan called constantly. At first. We can still make this work, he said. We love each other, right? But love built on lies and stolen money doesn't have strong legs. He started asking about her settlement. You got 2 million, right? We could invest. Start over. We. Lauren's laugh was bitter. You lost your job because of us. I lost everything. There's no we. You lost everything? Lauren, you kept millions. I could have had billions. She screamed it into the phone. I lived with a billionaire for 15 years and treated him like garbage because I thought he was nothing. Ryan was quiet. Then, so you only care about the money now? Get away from me. She hung up. Blocked his number. 2 days later, she unblocked it during a weak moment. Ryan had posted on social media. Pictures with a younger woman. Caption, New Beginnings. Lauren threw her phone across the room. 6 weeks later. Emma asked if she could see Alex. Lauren had been keeping the kids close, controlling the narrative. Daddy's very busy with work. He doesn't have time right now. But Emma was smart. Too smart. Mom, I saw the news. Daddy owns a huge company. And, people are saying things about you and Mr. Ryan. Lauren's stomach dropped. Who told you that? Kids at school. Their parents talk. Emma's eyes were older than they should be. Is it true Daddy isn't our real dad? The question hung in the air like smoke. Lauren wanted to lie. She'd built her whole life on lies. What was one more? But Emma's eyes, Ryan's eyes, she realized now, waited for truth. Biologically, no, Lauren whispered. But he raised you. He loves you. Then why don't we see him? Because it's complicated. That's not an answer. Emma grabbed her backpack. I want to see him. If you won't take me, I'll find a way myself. Alex got the call from his lawyer. Emma Reed wants to schedule visitation. She's requesting it directly. Lauren's fighting it, but the girl's 10, judges listen at that age. Alex's heart jumped. Set it up. Anywhere she wants. They met at a park. Neutral ground. Emma arrived with a social worker, protocol for supervised visits. She saw Alex waiting by a bench, and she ran. Actually ran. She hit his wheelchair hard enough to make it roll back. Her arms wrapped around his neck. Daddy! She sobbed into his shoulder. I missed you so much. Alex held her. His own tears came hot and fast. I missed you too, sweetheart. Every single day. They sat together for an hour. He asked about school, her friends, her drawings. She asked why he hadn't visited. Your mom and I, we had some grown-up problems. But none of it was your fault. And I never stopped loving you. Emma pulled back, searching his face. They said you're rich. Really, really rich. Alex smiled slightly. Yeah. Surprise. Why did you hide it? Because I wanted people to love me for me. Not my money. Emma thought about that. That's smart. But also kind of sad. Yeah, Alex agreed. It was. Mom said you're not our biological dad. There it was. The conversation he dreaded. Alex took a breath. That's true. But biology is just science, Emma. Being a dad? That's about showing up. Caring. Loving you no matter what. And I've done that since the day you were born. So you're still my dad. If you want me to be. Emma hugged him again. Always. 3 months later. Jacob and Lily started asking for visits too. Lauren couldn't stop it. The court sided with the kids. Ryan had disappeared, moved to another state, rumor said. His career was destroyed. No company in tech would touch him. Lauren tried getting another job. But her reputation preceded her. Homewrecker. Fraud. Gold digger. The whispers followed her everywhere. She burned through money faster than she expected. The big house felt empty. Cold. She'd won the house but lost the home. 6 months after the divorce. Alex held a company-wide meeting at Reed Dynamics. 3,000 employees gathered, some in person, most via video call. He rolled onto the stage. No hiding now. For those who don't know me, I'm Alex Reed, founder and CEO of this company. Some of you have worked here for years without knowing my identity. That changes today. He explained everything. The accident. The wheelchair. The decision to stay hidden. I built this company from nothing because I believed in protecting people. Protecting data. Protecting privacy. He smiled slightly. Turns out I was pretty good at protecting my own privacy too. Laughter rippled through the crowd. Moving forward, I'll be taking a more public role. I'm done hiding. And I'm excited to lead us into the future. The applause was genuine. Loud. After the meeting, employees lined up to shake his hand. Thank him. Tell him they were proud to work for him. Marcus pulled him aside. There's someone here to see you. Personal visit. Who? Says her name is Sophia Chen. She's a neurologist. She saw your story in the news. Sophia was younger than Alex expected. Early 30s. Kind eyes. Confident handshake. Mr. Reed, I specialize in spinal cord injuries. I've been following some experimental treatments, stem cell therapy, nerve regeneration techniques. They're still early stage, but showing promise. Alex had heard this before. False hope. He'd learned to tune it out. I appreciate you reaching out, but I've accepted. You've been paralyzed for 10 years, Sophia interrupted gently. You've adapted. Built an incredible life. I respect that. But what if I told you there's a 15% chance you could regain partial function? Not full recovery, but maybe enough to stand. To take a few steps. 15%. Not much. But more than zero. Why are you telling me this? Sophia smiled. Because you've spent a decade proving disability doesn't define you. Imagine what you could do with even a little mobility back. Plus, your story inspired me. I'd consider it an honor to try. Alex studied her. No pity in her eyes. Just professional determination. Let me think about it. Take your time. Here's my card. 8 months later. Lauren saw Alex at Emma's school play. She tried to avoid him, but Emma had insisted both parents come. Alex arrived with someone, a woman. Asian. Beautiful. Confident. They were laughing about something. Lauren's stomach twisted. During intermission, Emma dragged the woman over. Mom, this is Dr. Chen. She's helping Daddy with some medical stuff. And they're friends. Sophia extended a hand. Nice to meet you. Lauren shook it numbly. You're a doctor. Neurologist. I'm working with Alex on experimental treatment. Treatment. Alex rolled over. Hey, Lauren. Emma was great up there, wasn't she? Yeah, she was. Lauren couldn't stop staring at Sophia. Treatment. There's a chance, Alex said carefully. A small one, that I might regain some mobility. Dr. Chen's helping with that. And you're together. Sophia laughed softly. We're friends. Though I admit I enjoy his company very much. There it was. The confirmation Lauren didn't want. He'd moved on. Not just professionally. Not just emotionally. Completely. Emma grabbed Alex's hand. Daddy's going to walk me down the aisle at my wedding someday. Even if it's really slow. Alex grinned. I'll practice. Lauren watched them. Her daughter. Her ex-husband. His friend. The family she destroyed because she couldn't see what was right in front of her. I should go, she mumbled. Nobody stopped her. 1 year after the divorce. The experimental treatment showed results. Not miraculous. Not Hollywood movie perfect. But Alex could feel his toes. Then move them. Then, with extensive therapy and leg braces, stand for short periods. The first time he stood in front of his kids, Jacob burst into tears. You're so tall. Alex laughed, gripping the parallel bars hard. I forgot how tall I was. Lily clapped. Emma just smiled, proud. It would be years before he could walk independently, if ever. But standing? Hugging his kids at their height instead of from a chair? Worth every painful therapy session. 18 months later. Ryan Harper showed up at Lauren's door. She almost didn't recognize him. He'd gained weight. Lost the polished look. Wore a rumpled shirt. What do you want? I needed to see you. Why? Because I'm broke. Because my life fell apart. Because. He trailed off. I thought we had something real. Lauren laughed. Actually laughed. Real? Ryan, we built our relationship on lies and stolen money. What about that was real? We loved each other. No. We loved the secret. The thrill. The game. She shook her head. I destroyed my marriage for you. And you know what the worst part is? Alex was 10 times the man you'll ever be. Ryan's face hardened. Then why'd you cheat? Lauren was quiet for a long time. Because I'm an idiot. Because I was cruel. Because I couldn't see what I had until it was gone. She stepped back. Don't come here again. She closed the door. For the first time in 2 years, she felt something like clarity. 2 years after the divorce. Emma was 12 now. Taller. Smarter. She'd started calling Alex more often, even when it wasn't scheduled. One night, she called at 11 p.m. "Daddy? Can I ask you something?" "Always." "Why did you keep loving us? Even after you found out we weren't, you know, yours?" Alex sat in his home office, a real home now, modern apartment with a view, and thought carefully. "Because love isn't about biology, Emma. It's about choice. I chose you. Every single day. From the moment I held you as a baby until now. That choice made you mine more than DNA ever could." Emma was crying. He could hear it. "Mom made a mistake, didn't she?" "Yeah, she did." "Do you hate her?" "No." And Alex realized it was true. "I don't hate her. I'm sad about what happened. But hate? That takes too much energy." "Do you think she's sorry?" "I think she is. But sorry doesn't fix everything. Some things stay broken." "Will you ever forgive her?" Alex exhaled slowly. "I already have, sweetheart. Forgiveness isn't for her. It's for me. So I can move on and be happy." "Are you happy now?" He thought about his company thriving. His kids choosing to spend time with him. Sophia, who'd become more than a doctor or friend, someone who saw all of him and stayed. "Yeah," he said. "I really am." The final courtroom scene. 3 years after the divorce. Lauren filed a petition to modify the settlement. She'd burned through her money, bad investments, expensive lifestyle she couldn't maintain. Alex showed up. So did his lawyer. Lauren looked older. Tired. Her confidence was gone. "Mrs. Reed claims financial hardship," the judge said. "She's requesting additional support from Mr. Reed." Alex's lawyer stood. "Your Honor, Mrs. Reed received nearly $2 million, a fully paid home, and a vehicle. She has no dependent children. They're supported by trust funds Mr. Reed established. Her financial troubles stem from her own choices." Lauren's lawyer argued weakly. But there was no case. The judge denied the petition. Lauren walked past Alex on her way out. She stopped. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "For everything." Alex looked at her. Really looked. "I know," he said simply. "Do you ever think about what could have been? If I'd been different?" "Sometimes. But I can't change the past, Lauren. Neither can you." "Are you happy?" He nodded. "I am." She smiled sadly. "Good. You deserve it." She walked away. Alex watched her go and felt nothing. Not anger. Not sadness. Not satisfaction. Just peace. 5 years after the divorce. Emma graduated high school as valedictorian. Jacob was thriving in middle school. Lily was the kindest 10-year-old Alex had ever known. All three called him Dad without hesitation. Reed Dynamics had gone public. Alex's net worth hit $12 billion. But money didn't matter anymore. What mattered was Emma grabbing his arm during her graduation walk. He could walk now, slowly, with a cane, but he could walk. What mattered was Jacob asking for advice about a science project. What mattered was Lily drawing pictures of their family, including Sophia now, and hanging them on his fridge. The kids knew the truth about everything. Alex never hid it. But they also knew he'd chosen them. Fought for them. Loved them unconditionally. And that was enough. Lauren watched the graduation from the back row. She saw Alex walk Emma down the stage. Saw the kids swarm him afterward, laughing. Saw Sophia holding his hand. She saw the family she could have had. The money was gone. The house would be sold soon. She worked retail now, trying to rebuild. Ryan was gone, married someone else, she'd heard. But the worst part wasn't the money or the house or even Ryan. The worst part was knowing she'd had everything and thrown it away because she couldn't see what was right in front of her. A man who loved her. Who sacrificed everything. Who built an empire from a wheelchair while she mocked him. She'd won nothing. And he'd won everything that mattered. The final scene. Alex sat on his balcony at sunset. Sophia brought him coffee. "You okay?" she asked. "More than okay. The kids are coming over tomorrow. Emma wants to introduce her new boyfriend." Alex groaned. "Already? She's 18. Sophia laughed. "You're going to be that dad." "Absolutely." They sat in comfortable silence. "Do you ever regret it?" Sophia asked, "Hiding who you were for so long?" Alex thought about it. "I regret marrying the wrong person. But I don't regret the journey. It taught me what matters. Which is love. Real love. The kind that stays when everything else falls apart." He squeezed her hand. "The kind you show me every day." Sophia kissed his cheek. Behind them, the city lights flickered on. Reed Dynamics headquarters glowed in the distance. His company, his legacy, his proof that wheelchairs don't stop dreams. But the real legacy wasn't the billions or the empire. It was 3 kids who chose him as their father. Who loved him not because they had to, but because he showed them what real love looked like. Lauren once laughed while signing divorce papers, thinking she'd escaped dead weight. She never realized she was cutting herself free from the only person who truly loved her. And by the time she understood that, it was too late. Alex had moved on. To happiness. To real love. To a life built not on lies but on the truth that dignity, honor, and choosing to love, those things matter more than anything else. He'd lost his legs. But he'd never lost himself. And in the end, that made all the difference. The end.